Welcome to Big Boss Builder. I hope you enjoy this content. It's my passion to bring to you years worth of knowledge in the entrepreneurial game. If you're loving this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and please watch this video all the way through to the end. Hope you enjoyed this video. Today, we're going to look inward. It's time to understand what kind of manager or leader are you? And there is a very distinct difference. To assume just because you're an entrepreneur makes you a great manager is extremely wrong. A lot of entrepreneurs I know, myself included, are horrible managers. The reality is an entrepreneur is only different from their staff because they have the ability to take risk. The reality is there's a room of 60, 70 people in my office. I am not the smartest one. I'm not the most educated one. What separates me from them is the fact that I took the risk where they wouldn't. I had the idea that they didn't, but they could have had the idea, but I simply took action on that idea. Just because I took action on an idea and I had momentum does not make me a great manager. It doesn't make me a great leader. It doesn't make me a great engineer. It doesn't make me a heart surgeon. If I own the company, what differentiates me from everyone else who works for me is the fact that I had the idea and actioned it. I took the risk. No better than a gambler. To assume because you're in that position that you are the best at what you do is going to get you into a lot of trouble. So you have to actually look inwardly, understand, what am I great at? What's going to make me an asset to this company? Similarly to what an employee would do for an organization. What's my skill set that makes me special? Me, personally, I believe my ability to see a lateral approach to difficult situations is what makes me skilled, is what makes me effective for my firm. I will never go in there and try to manage processes. I will never get involved in detail. That's not what I do. In fact, if you put me involved in detail, you will find things overlooked. It will present the wrong image to the organization if all I'm doing is detail. My skill is to accrue information, to obtain knowledge, to read and educate myself further so I can look at things in different perspectives. I bring that view to the organization. I by no means am the person who coordinate things. I have a person in my organization who takes care of all money, pays every invoice, pays every wage bill, keeps full track to make sure I'm never in jail, I'm never late on my taxes. If you ask me the detail on that, I would fail. You really have to understand who you are in the organization to stop it from falling over. If you're a builder and a developer, it doesn't make you a great financier. It doesn't make you a great real estate agent. If you try to be all things to all people and be the central source of knowledge, your company will collapse. You have to understand your limitations. If you don't, the rest of the stakeholders around you will. And they are way more unforgiving than you can imagine. If you thought you were hard on yourself before, look at your client. They're not going to call you stupid. They're not going to call you names. They're not going to go crazy, but they won't come back. If you're trying to pass yourself as someone who can solve their problem, even though you have no capacity, they'll see straight through the bullshit. Know who you are to your client. Know who you are to your organization. You are not more qualified because you're the owner. You're simply the person who took the risk. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't make you great. Have some humility to your approach to business. Remember, you're the only person in the organization who hasn't earned your spot. You started as a CEO. You started as an MD. You didn't start from the bottom. The company's growth and success depends on you. The only way you're going to earn your spot is if it gets to that level where it's successful. And sometimes, unfortunately, you're the person who's standing in the way of that happening. Humble yourself, understand where you actually sit in the organization, focus on your strengths. Until next week, take care.